Well, that payrolls report has many people asking how long will it take for the jobs market to recover the ground that it lost over the past 2 years. Remember, it came in pretty much mixed. Bloomberg's Interactive Insight team has crunched these numbers and has exclusive analysis for us. And Bloomberg economist Mike McDonough joins me now. Very interesting. And I've been carefully watching some of your work and the charts that you have. And I know you've got various scenarios. So I want to walk our viewers through each one. The first scenario is, what if the economy adds on 300,000 jobs per month? Right?
Yeah,
how long will it take to get back to full employment?
Exactly. I mean, that's a pretty bullish and optimistic scenario.
Yes.
Let me state that
Given
first.
what we've seen today.
Exactly. So with 300,000 jobs a month, we could see jobs go back to the 2007 peak as early as 2012. And that is, like I said, though, a very optimistic scenario.
Right, and one we're likely not to get to. What about 100,000 jobs?
100,000, we're talking 6 years before we reach that. That's a more realistic scenario, I believe, somewhere around there. That's more in line with the jobless recovery that we are expecting.
Right.
So it's not going to be quick.
So 100,000, though, that would be typical of a jobless recovery.
Well, when you look at the jobless recovery through 03 through 06, on average it was around 140. So it could actually be a little bit better than that, but this is a different animal as well with what we're seeing right now in terms of the duration of unemployment. So it's going to be a more difficult hill to climb.
Okay, and the third scenario is something that we may even be looking at is 50,000 jobs added per month.
Exactly. This is a very bearish scenario. I mean, but looking at the data and what we've seen, it's not impossible. The risks are there that could make this a reality, and that would take up to 12 years to get back to the 2007 peak.
12 years.
And this doesn't include population growth. So this is just to get back to where we were in 2007, 12 years.
And have we ever had this happen before? Was there ever a period when it was this tiny?
It's looking back at if you were to take the average job growth, it's very rare that you get growth over 400,000 in any particular month.
Right.
So there have been periods where it's ranged rather low. There's been periods where it's been higher. So it's really hard to say. But like I said, the best comparison we could look at right now is probably that jobless recovery through 03 through 06 with 140.
So we may be looking more at that middle scenario than the 100,000.
And another example, during the tech boom even, which was a great period during the late 90s, we were only seeing on average job growth of 250,000 a month. So that's still below our bullish scenario of 300,000.
Even during the tech boom.
Even during the tech boom.
Okay.
Exactly.
Mike, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate this, the Bloomberg analysis on this. Mike McDonough, our Bloomberg economist, and we'll have much more in the next hour of In the Loop, tracking the markets and the reaction to the jobs report. Keep it here.